Hello everyone, hope your summer is going well. So this is my first video for a while actually, life. Um, Before I get started, I just want to say I feel at this point in the journey of planet Earth, it's important to talk about you know when we do this kind of content, like what are our core values. And for me the top one is like human first. Like there's so much in the world that's seeking to divide us right now, and I see human being before I see anything else, and I think that's really important. I'm absolutely a populist and a humanist and a cynicist as well. But I'll talk about that more another time. But I really do genuinely believe in the goodness of people. Like most people want to do the right thing, and that includes in business. But I feel in business, people, especially in the UK, are less likely to speak out, because they want job security, and they don't want to ruffle feathers. But the problem is when we do too much of that, we actually end up pushing things away that actually become bigger problems because we don't face them and deal with them. So that's on all of us really to work to change. But just for the purposes of this video today, I wanted to talk about the identity and role of a user, consumer and patient custodian, so UCP. And this is something that is one of my most passionate areas in the corporate world and the business world, is growing that space, because for me there's far too little of it, where we are a custodian for the long-term outcomes of users, consumers and patients. So I do a lot of work in health these days. I still work in IT, but and stuff in that area, but like I'm always thinking about the long-term impacts, and whether that's to do with like a health system or a health solution, or a wider IT solution. Obviously I've worked in many other sectors, but it's that kind of thinking for me is so important, because in business we tend to go for the quick wins and the solutions and the new ideas that are going to make a load of money and they're going to create some great new thing in the world. But it's like, yeah, great, we need that, but what's the other side of that, 10, 20, 30 years down the road? And obviously, yeah, you need studies and specialists who can work that stuff out, right? But how much appetite is there to really do that? And for me, that's one of the biggest problems that we've got, is there's very little appetite to really look at long-term positives and long-term harms, and all the grey areas in the middle. So just for today, that's what I wanted to kind of get a conversation started on, because if we can foster more of that in the work that we do, then and in the people we connect with, then we've got a chance to actually make a meaningful difference over the long term. And we should all be thinking about that. Anyone that's in a position to do this kind of work and think and offer something in that space, they should be. So keep your eyes peeled, because I'm going to be creating some stuff that and packaging some stuff up that hopefully some of you will be like, I'd like to be a part of that at least a little bit, or I'd like to know more about it, because I'm tired too of the ho-hum. I'm tired too of the, I just got to do what I've got to do, make the money, thanks very much, I'll go home. It's like, well, we saw from I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, far too many people doing that and not taking a stand and seeing what other difference they could make. And the impact globally was huge, and corporate greed, and the agendas of the rich and powerful became very damaging to this planet. So I won't go into that too much, because there's a lot of different opinions in that space, but I think the evidence is there. So it's like, okay, now we've seen how we don't want it to be, what actually can we do? So UCP, I'll be talking a lot more about this, and just encourage conversation on this. And obviously if you've got any comments or questions, feel free to reach out, and I'll see you on the next video.